Right, here we go. This is a ThinkPad T15P, which is their business version of their smaller workstation laptops. The P15S is identical in terms of chassis and components, except it has a Quadra GPU, whereas the T15P has a GeForce GPU. Apart from that, same machine. This is the i7-10750H variant, which is 6 cores, and I think I spec'd it with 16 gig RAM and a 500 gig M2 NVMe SSD. Packaging is nice and minimal, just 2 cardboard boxes, some high density foam and a little bit of plastic. That little bag of papers is just some legal and warranty information. Apart from that, very clean, mostly recyclable. Very happy with that. And in the little box there's a mains cable and a 135 watt slimline adapter. So it has Lenovo's proprietary connector on because you can't push more than 65 watts over USB-C. And there we go. Didn't come with any juice in the battery, it's worth a shot. But plug it in. Moment of truth. Hooray, it works. Time to take it apart. One of the nice things about ThinkPads is they are generally very easy to take apart for maintenance, upgrades, that sort of thing. And this one's no exception. There's 9 screws on the bottom. They're all captive screws, so no worries about losing them. And just undo those. There are some little clips holding that bottom tray on, but they're relatively easily released with a spudger or other levering tool. You'll notice when I lift this off that it did jam slightly on the bottom right near the hinge, and it turned out that was the SIM card tray, which I didn't know was there. And if I'd popped that out, the whole thing would have been rather easy to take off. But I've only had it 5 minutes, so I'll know for next time. You can see it pop out any second now, just so I lift it here. And there's the inside. So, fairly hefty fan. Couple of heat pipes. I assume the big one is the CPU and the little one is the GPU. Some fairly chunky speakers. The sound's not bad for a laptop. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. There's 2 M2 slots and 2 SODIMMs. There's no soldered on RAM on these machines. And a nice big battery. Lenovo claimed 14 hours, but no way. Although that's probably because I've got the 4K screen and driving that many pixels is just going to eat battery. I could easily buy a power pack for an external power pack if I wanted to. And it's as easy to put back together as it is to take apart. Just pop it on, do up the screws, job done. So on the right hand edge of the machine, as if you were using it, these are the ports. There's a headphone jack, a SD card reader, HDMI port, a couple of USB 3.1 slots, Ethernet and a Kensington lock. And on the other end there's Lenovo's power connector, a single USB-C and the outlet for the fan, and the slot where a smart card reader would be if I'd opted for one. And here it is next to my T440S, which I've had for many years, been a great machine. You can see how much brighter and more colourful the 4K screen is compared to the 1081 on the 440. Obviously the T15 is a bit bigger because it's a 15-inch screen. That bit of extra space lets them put in a full-size keyboard, which is nice. It's a Lenovo keyboard, so obviously it's superb. That is the main reason I buy ThinkPads, is the keyboard. The matte finish on the T15 is extremely nice to look at, but it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. It's not too bad though. And here they are on top of each other just for a size comparison. It's not really a fair comparison because they're different screen sizes. But just so you can see how much bigger it is than the 14-inch Lenovo variant. It's a really nice machine. It's fast, it's stable, it's very well built, it's friendly to Linux. Although I haven't got the fingerprint scanner working yet, but I've read that it's perfectly possible. Hopefully this will keep me going for many years. It's an excellent computer. I would very much recommend buying one if you're in a position to do so.